Hey everybody, Mark here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. And on this video, we're going to be trading for 1 hour using two strategies combined into one. And so you get to watch me trade, and I'm going to be trading for 1 hour without losing money. Yes. And the way I'm going to do that is by using risk management, money management, and with just a simple strategy. And I'll show you how the strategy works. It's very popular on my YouTube channel. We've got a lot of members that use it. And we have a lot of viewers out there, like you, that use this strategy. So great. What do we do now? Well, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So now to set this up, we're going to be using a 30-second time frame. Okay, regular candles, 30-second time frame. And also for the expiry, it's going to be 5 seconds. Okay, so yes, we have to use OTC. We can't trade with an expiry under 1 minute. Or we can't trade. We can't trade under a minute with a live market. So we must use OTC. So I've already got one selected over here. Now for the matrix, we're going to be combining the matrix and the fast 5. Matrix typically means that we use 4 charts and we preset losses. In other words, we know what the trade amounts will be before we enter trades already beforehand. So, we're kind of thinking about those losses. If those were to occur, we must have the trade amounts prepared. If that does happen, we can still recoup our losses and continue and stay in the game. So that's what it's all about. Now, what I'll do first is set up my charts matrix style. So I'll come over here, little button here with the little 4 squares, and I'll select 4 charts right here. Okay, great. And you can see the charts have a bunch of stuff. They're all different. And so what we need to do is make all these charts look exactly the same. So we can go ahead and do that right now. So just go ahead and remove any indicators off of the charts because we will not be using any indicators for this strategy. And some of you asked me, hey, Mark, what's your favorite strategy? I like using the matrix. I like using the fast 5. And so those are a couple of my 2 favorites. And normally I stick with the fast 5 for the most part. But sometimes I'll combine it with something else. But I don't really typically change the time frame. I always like to stay within the same time. You'll notice that each of the trade amounts on each of the 4 charts are different. Not going to worry about that right now. We'll come back later and adjust that. But let's make sure that all the charts are the same type of candlesticks, which they are. And you can check that by clicking on the little button with the little 3 dots and selecting the chart type right here. You can go over here and make sure it's on regular candles, which is right here, and then set the time frame. An easy way to tell if you are on, or whichever time frame that you're on, is to look at the current price and the current candle. And it should say, whatever time frame, it should be above this center line here at the current price. And so for us, it says S30, which means 30 seconds. Okay. So this, just at a glance, it's an easy way to see which time frame that you're on. And also you can see the little countdown timer, which is below the time frame. If you don't see the countdown timer turned on, you guys can come over here and just enable that. Now, working with the matrix type style, I typically like to have the auto scroll turned on, especially when you're working with 4 charts. So let's start up here on chart number 1, and let's select the chart type button right here. And let's enable the timer, enable auto scroll, yeah. And then make sure you're on S30. Do that for all the charts. So there we go. And so all of those look pretty good. You guys know that you can also do custom colors inside of Pocket Option as well. I've never messed around with that. I typically just like to stay with the default colors myself, but it is there. The option is there if you guys want to get some interesting colors for your candlesticks. Okay, so all of these charts say S30, and everything is set on 5 seconds for the expiry. So yes, also make sure that you come through here and select S5 for all of these charts. They must be identical. Can you have each chart a different currency pair? Yes, you can. Sometimes you may find that one currency is not doing very well. You may want to change the currency or have a chart that's a different currency, so you're not trading with that same currency that you're having, or that same pair that you're having trouble with. And so yes, it may be a good idea or just a preference to just have different assets through all of the different charts. Let's look up here. We've got odd CAD up here. We have AED-CNY on the remaining charts. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do something a little bit different today. Let's make all of these charts a little bit different. So how about CAD JPY on chart number 2? And then over here, we will use Euro JPY. That looks pretty good. It's paying out to 92%. Make sure to get those higher payouts, guys. GBP odd, OTC, and 92%. It's right here. We're selecting that for chart number 4. Okay. All right. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So what else do we have to do? Well, not a whole lot. We've changed the time frame. We have the seconds set up and everything. So we've got our real money in here. Okay. Everything is ready to go, guys. So what do we do now? We have to enter the trade amounts for each of the 4 charts before we begin trading. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, we do that using the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager. This is something that I use every day. This is a advanced trade manager with mathematical calculations and an algorithm. Okay, there's an algorithm behind this. It allows you to win even if you have losses. So you may have, or you may experience drawdown, but you come out in profit. And no, it's not exactly martingale. It's something different. Okay. And so the way to start this is to enter your initial capital. So what I'm doing here is just entering in whatever capital that I have inside of Pocket Options. So right now I have $1,000. So therefore I will enter in $1,000 into the initial capital. Then after this, what we're going to do is set our risk. So how many trades do we want to win out of how many total trades? So the way it's set up right now, I must win 2 out of 13 trades, right? So yeah, I can have maybe 10 losses and still win, which is kind of cool. I only have to win twice, so 2 out of 13. And so basically I just have to have a 15% win rate or higher. And I think a lot of you guys are probably getting a lot better than 50% or 15%. The average is somewhere around 45, 50% inside a Pocket Option. If you look back through your history, you may notice that your win rate is hovering somewhere around 50%. So, but things happen and we have to be prepared for that. We have stop losses in place and whatnot. So, my profit target for today is $25, give or take approximately around 24 sessions. Probably going to be a little bit more than that. And account growth will be about 2.5% overall for this entire video. If I reach that profit target of $25, which I think I will, but we're starting off with a very low amount, which is $1, but this grows slowly over time and it starts to compound. Now, before we start trading, we're going to come over here and mark the first 8 trades as losses. So we're just going to put a little L in here. And when we do this, the spreadsheet gives us back those trade amounts that we're looking for, right? So all the way up to 9. We can see that this slowly increases. We have, 8 trading slots here that I've selected. I've already set, or we've already got the trade amounts. So all we have to do is take the first 4 here, okay, trades 1 through 4 and enter these amounts into Pocket Option. So over here, I will just, we've already got $1, pretty sure, yeah. Already got $1 entered in for chart number 1. Trade number 2 will be chart number 2. So that needs to be 191. And then chart number 3 is going to be 362. And chart number 4, 679, which is trade slot number 4, 679. Great. So we're pretty much all set to go. If we do have 4 losses in a row, okay, you're probably wondering what happens if you lose on every single chart. Then we will have to move to slot number 5 and set the charts, starting at 1260 and then go up from there. Now with these strategies, that doesn't typically happen that often, but it can happen. So let's go back here to Pocket Option and let's begin trading. So all we're doing with the matrix is we've got the 4 charts. We've already set our trade amounts into each of the 4 charts. And we are counting down. We're waiting for a new candle to appear. And at the 25-second mark, right, we'll count down to 5. Here we go. Look, new candle, 28, 27, 26, 25, right? Whatever the color candle is, right at that 25-second mark, that's the direction that we're going to buy or sell. So in other words, if it's green, we're going to buy. If it's red, we're going to sell. Now, if it's indecisive, right, if it's got a little tiny candle body and it has the wicks at the top and the bottom, so I will skip that and then just wait for the next candle to appear. So let's go ahead and we're going to be focusing on chart number 1. Okay, so we'll just stay on this chart. We don't go to the other charts unless we occur a loss or something like that. So here we go. Here's the new candle. Look at the countdown, 26, 25. So it's a pretty good sized body. It was at the 25-second mark. I went ahead and entered. The first one's a loss. That's okay. We don't have to go back to the trade manager and adjust things. We just simply go to the next chart. That's simple, guys. And this just makes it a lot more pleasant, if you just want to keep the ball rolling and not have to switch back and forth between the tabs in your browser. It's totally up to you. This is a pretty fast-paced type thing. That one's a little risky, but let's go ahead and we've entered anyway. And let's see what we got here. So we got a win. So what happens if we have a win? Okay, we had a loss. We had a win on chart number 2. We return back to chart number 1. And we just restart, right? Now there's one thing that you guys can do. Once you win, you're probably going to have a profit. You may or may not. It depends at which stage you are with this trading and where you are with the trade manager. If you do have a profit, you can go back to the trade manager and update the initial capital. And then that will allow you to start compounding your earnings. Yes, so you can compound. We have many members inside of the Wealth Warriors Alliance, which is our private group, and they are compounding their results over weeks, over months. And all they do is, they just keep their initial capital. As that increases, also your trade amounts increase as well over here. So you start earning more money. Your initial capital starts going up, right? It's a good thing. But for this video, let's just keep it simple, guys. Let's return back to chart number 1. And let's wait for the next new candle here to appear. So here it is. 28, 27, 26, 25. Yeah, you see how it's flipping back and forth between red and green? I'm just going to go ahead and pass on that trade. I'm not going to enter. And it's okay because, you've got a new candle every 30 seconds. So this is pretty fast-paced, guys. You don't have to, we've got some strategies where we wait a whole minute to see if it's a win or a loss, but in 5 seconds, you pretty much know what it's going to be, and you guys can just move on and go to the next trade. So 27, 26, yeah, still kind of undecided. It's not really moving that much, guys. You know, it may just be something with odd CAD. You know, maybe because the reason we won over on CAD JPY, which is chart number 2, maybe just because the chart's moving faster, right? The price is moving up and down faster. It's got more movement, more action. And we may just find that the price action over on odd CAD, which is chart number 1, it's just not working for us. So all we have to do is just go ahead and come up here, and we can just simply just change the chart to something else. That's all you have to do if you're just not feeling it, okay? I mean, it's kind of going a little bit sideways here. It's not really doing a whole lot. A matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do that. I mean, we can just come down here, select a GBP odd. I don't know if we have that yet. Oh, we do down here on the bottom. But that's okay. It's kind of crawling up there a little bit. Let's select something else. Euro, New Zealand, yeah, so NZD. See what that's doing. Okay. Again, not a whole lot of movement at this moment. Still, market hasn't opened yet, but we're just going to go ahead and hang tight. Let's take a trade on Euro NZD. Let's take a trade. So let's wait for the new candle to appear. We have 3 more seconds to go. Here it is. So here's the new candle. What's it doing? So 26, 25. Yeah, not a whole lot of movement there. I don't want to keep switching back and forth between different candles, guys, but you know, looks like, oh, this looks much better here. So let's just see what we can do here with this one. This is NZD JPY. So now I'm trading a little bit early today. Normally I start recording the videos right when the market opens. I don't know why that is. It just fits in with my daily schedule. But we are early today, so we don't really have much lag inside of Pocket Option at the moment. Everything's working pretty well. Here we go, 25, a little risky, but let's just go ahead and enter anyway. And we did get a little pullback from our entry there, so that resulted into a loss. That's fine. Let's go over here. So we've got CAD JPY. We're moving over to chart number 2 because chart number 1 was a loss. So let's go over here. And this CAD JPY is also kind of crawling. AED CNY. Let's switch it up a little bit. Here we go. 29, 27, 26. Still a little bit indecisive there on chart number 2. And so we're just going to wait for the next candle to appear. So I'm going to have to start picking up the pace here if we're going to try to reach our goal within an hour. Not something that I'm super striving to do, but it's just kind of like a little bit of a mental goal. If we can do that, of course, we're doing a lot of talking and explaining. And so, oh, here we go. Yeah, it looks like it's still going up, but I'll go ahead and enter. It's okay. Cool. So we had a loss on chart number 2. Let's go over to chart number 3. And now we're working with Euro JPY OTC. And we'll have a new candle here in about 8 minutes. Kind of not the greatest candles there, guys. I mean, it's kind of going sideways. Pretty random. Yeah. Let's go ahead and wait for the next one. Yeah, I've been doing some yoga lately. Been really trying to get in better shape. And I'm going to tell you, the yoga is hard. It is really hard. I stopped drinking caffeine for like 6 days. And then now I'm having a little bit, like half of an ounce. Like it's such a small amount. I mean, it's almost like drinking water. It's so small. And this way, you know, my body's not like freaking out. Like, oh, where's the caffeine, bro? You know? So, okay, we won that on chart number 3. And now we return back to chart number 1. Okay, you guys see how this works? So that's it. You can, you know, look up here at the Pocket Option balance. You can see that we're still not down. We're still over $1,000, right? We haven't lost any money yet. So let's go back in here. We can see that we're waiting for a decent candle here on chart number 1. Yeah, but yoga is no joke. I'm telling you guys. I mean, your body is always under stress, like a good stress, you know. The intensity is very high. But really, really good. I felt a lot better. It helped my circulation. I'm going to be doing another session today. So, this is so risky. This is not a good entry, guys. But, is what it is. Okay, so we got a first loss on the first chart there. Let's move over to chart number 2. And let's take another trade here. Not really crazy about how this is looking over here. Oh, this looks a little bit better. Okay, so let's wait for the next candle. We've got 29 seconds, 28, 27, 26. Let's go ahead and enter. And, but yeah. There we go. So, back to chart number 1, guys. This is all you have to do. This is all you do. It might seem kind of boring. And I think once you start learning how to trade, and if you're able to find something that helps you stay profitable, you will realize that it's actually kind of boring. You got to have maybe put a movie on in the background, or play the radio, or I don't know, do they even have radio now? Play some music and have something always running in the background or whatever. You can do that. And so, I mean, for me anyway, that's how it is. And so that was a loss. Yeah. So let's go to the next chart over here on chart number 2. And let's just keep on going. I mean, we've got time, guys. So it's been about 22 minutes so far. This is not looking pretty here on this entry, but hey, it's the fast 5. As long as we stick to the rules, we're supposed to take that trade. At that 25-second mark, if you've got a decent size body on that candle, go ahead and enter the trade. And we just keep going back and forth here. I haven't updated the initial capital inside of the trade manager, but if I do that, then all of these trade amounts over here could change. They may not change because it's kind of a significant amount at the moment, but let's just go ahead and stay inside of Pocket Option and just keep trading. So we're back here on chart number 1, and let's wait for a new candle. So yeah, I've been really trying to take control of my health recently, and a big thing that I've noticed is trying not to stay comfortable. Because I know comfort's not good. Like all the bad things come from being comfortable all the time. And in order to create habits and good habits, it doesn't take that long. It can take about, a couple weeks or 20 days. They say 21 days to build a habit. So if there's something that you don't like doing, make it a habit. And that was from the old, not philosopher, but the kind of the motivational guy, the author, Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor came up with that. It always stuck with me. He creates audiobooks and stuff on self-development, personal development, and stuff like that. So yeah, if you don't like doing something, make it a habit. Really, really true. We're over here on chart number 2, 28, 27, 26. Looks indecisive. So that's the rule, guys. If it doesn't look right, I mean, if the candle looks weak, then I won't trade. I mean, you don't have to trade if you don't want. You can trade if you want to, but for me personally, I will not enter if it just looks like it's not moving. So look at that. We got a long wick on that. But we're going to stay on chart number 2. We're not going to go to chart number 3 yet because we have not had a win or loss on chart number 2. Oh, wait. Okay. It's decent. See how this goes. Oh, we got a little pushback down. Okay. So that was a loss. So we go to chart number 3. We don't have to go to the trade manager, guys. We just stay right on the chart here. Just kick back. And, this is not for everybody. Everybody has their different ways of doing things. This is just one option, one style of trading that you can do. And so one good way to also use use Pocket Options for chart setup. It's a great option. Okay, so we won chart number 3. We're back on chart number 1. Okay, I think you guys pretty much got the handle on this. We have not lost any money yet, but we will continue trading. Maybe once this gets up a little bit higher, I'll start to update my initial capital inside of the spreadsheet. and to see if we can have higher trade amounts. It's a much more slower pace type of thing, but and if we do have multiple losses, consecutive losses, then we can use the trade manager to our advantage, and we can come in here and adjust a few things to still come out in profit. Okay, so back over here, chart number 1. Still trading with $1. And yeah, so there we go. Yeah, okay, got a little pushback. Still haven't won the first trade on chart number 1 yet, but I mean, some videos I'll win almost like 3-4 in a row on the first trade, but it's just kind of random, guys. So let's go over to chart number 2. We're still in the positive though. So let's just keep going. And this is a lot better than going out there and trading with large amounts inside a pocket option. You're kind of like, you find yourself in this huge amount of drawdown. You might have like $100 and you're putting in $10 for every trade. I mean, you can quickly just blow right through that. And if you don't have any risk management at all, you really don't know which trade amounts. Actually, you could probably make more money trading with less, which is interesting because a lot of folks don't know that. It's kind of like with anything else, like if you've ever traded Forex or futures, you may have noticed that you'll probably do much better if you're only trading with 1% of your account, or even 0.5% of your account, instead of trading with like 2% or 5% of your account, which is pretty high. That was a loss on chart number 1. Let's move over to chart number 2. So here's the next candle here, 27, 26. Oh, we got a little pump there. Let's go ahead and jump in. See what that takes us there. So there we go. So a little pump there and won that. And so back on chart number 1. So we're just going back and forth, guys. That's all you got to do. Pretty straightforward. So. And we're coming down here. So one more second. There's the next candle. So 28, 27, 26. So it looks like it's going up, but there's only 2 things that can happen, guys. The market, the price, the candles, they're only going to do one of 2 things, right? It's only going to go up or down. And that's about it. So, I wish we could always know which direction it's going to go. Whenever I find the best strategies, I'm always making videos about those. So if I find something that works, amazing. We've got members in the group that are also getting extraordinary results. They share all of their tips and strategies inside of the private members area. And we also have a new channel inside of the group. It's called the Strategy Vault. And the Strategy Vault is where the members, if they find something that's working for them, they will post the actual strategy, all of the settings, time frame, expiry, any indicator settings that they have. They will post that information inside of the Strategy Vault so all of the members can see. Okay, so we had 3 losses in a row, 3 consecutive losses in a row. We still continue the pattern. Now, if we have another 4th loss, then we will move into the next stage of the matrix here and setting everything up. So these candles are not super exciting, guys. This looks interesting. Let's go ahead and check this out. Looks like we're coming down a little bit of a dump here, kind of like a little breakout. No, this could be support and resistance or support. And we're getting a little bit of a bounce there. So you can use other support and resistance, trading off of zones. I have a whole video on this. If you guys want to check it out, I think it's the video that I made before this one. So it's called Profit Zones, Trading Profit Zones. And you guys, it's pretty amazing. You'll see the price go to a profit zone, and then it'll just like bounce off that profit zone. And then just go in, it'll reject off of that area and then just go in the other direction. And if you can catch those, you can take trades based off of those zones. That's pretty popular. A lot of people, there's millionaires out there that trade support and resistance. That's all they do. Talk about keeping it simple. There are a lot of successful traders that do not use any indicators at all. Although there's plenty of different ways to trade, you can just simply draw a couple boxes on the chart and take your trades based off of that, where those zones are. But all of that is explained on that video. So, this is kind of dogging it here, guys. Let's switch the chart. So yeah, just switch the chart. Oh, there you go. See, we just take a little switch the chart there. This one looks like it's a little bit better. Price is moving a little bit better. And so, but there's really, with these two strategies combined together, there's really no hard rules in terms of like which currency pair to use or which asset. You guys can use crypto or stocks, or Pocket Option has all that stuff. Okay, if I sell here, I feel like I'm going against this trend, right? So I'm going to wait for another candle. And, the market can turn around at any time. It could look like it's going, and you may have experienced this where it looks like the market's going up and you feel like, oh, it's just going to continue going up. But then once you enter the trade, then at that point, it starts to go down. It starts to go the other direction, and it's very frustrating. I mean, I could take a sell right here, guys. Let's take a sell. Okay, this is totally against the trend. And there you go. So we've lost that. It just really, a lot of this is random. And some of you guys will leave comments saying that this is random and stuff like that. And a lot of it is. This is like a coin toss at this point, especially working with a 5-second expiry. Oh, yeah. Like this is, I guess you could call it like a coin toss, right? But what are the chances? If you flip a coin like 500 times, you're going to have like a 50% win rate. Okay? Isn't that something? I don't know if it's like the law of averages or whatever, but it's always going to come out to be around 50%, maybe 48%, maybe 53% or something like that. But it's going to come out to be around that much. It's just the way it is. There's really nothing we can do. We can't jinx it, It's just kind of fixed. It's just how it is in the world. So, but through math and stuff like that, over 500 trades of flipping a coin, is it possible that you could land on tails 12 times in a row? Yeah. There's probably going to be a chance that could happen. The chances of landing on tails 12 times in a row, I think it's like 0.1%, right? But it's still a chance. Or the chances of having 10 landing on heads 10 times in a row, right? Your chances are going to be higher. There's going to be like a 1% chance. I don't have ChatGPT over here to tell me exactly what that is or what the chance is. But there is a chance. Now, if you're going to be trading at that time when that happens, who knows? The chances of you randomly trading at some kind of, throughout the day, that could have also a factor in that randomness as well. And that's really cool because with the trade manager, if you set up these settings very conservatively, and the new version of the trade manager, which I'm working on, we're working really hard on that. You're going to have more trade slots to use down here. So you can have more room to work with. But even, 15% win rate, you could still come out in profit. So it's not like you always have to get that 50% every single time. If you're trading and it drops a little below that 50%, you guys can still win. So, all right. And I've only got $1,000 in here. You guys can use more money if you want to, but some of you only have $100, $50. I'd recommend at least $150, $200 at least, because you're utilizing your entire account when you use the trade manager. you need enough in there to cover the drawdown. If that were to occur, or if that occurs where you do have multiple consecutive losses, you need some capital in there. So let's come over here and check out some trades. So the last trade, it was a win. So we're back on chart number 1. There you go. And we are at the 36-minute mark. And I'm just waiting for the next candle to appear. I don't know. I'm not. Now I'm just taking trades because I want to get some trades in. So we won that. We can update the balance. Let's do this. Okay, let's switch it up a little bit. So the current balance right now is 1,386. So over here on the trade manager, we just come in here, 1,386. Now if you look over here, when I press return or click outside of this cell on the spreadsheet, you may see the trade amounts change. Let's see. Okay, you see that? They slightly changed. It's a pretty, compared to $1,000, like $3 is not that much. But it's still enough to where the algorithm sees that, and that just shows you and shares with you how sensitive it is. So even down to the last penny, the algorithm is picking this up. It's an exponential type of growth. The numbers are happening and they're growing exponentially. Okay, kind of like the Kelly criterion method, a little bit different though. But it's not exactly martingale. Martingale is where you keep doubling up. And I think you're only good for like 5 losses in a row. Then after that, you're just done, right? So you kind of have to just plan on blowing the money. You can only really use money that you're willing to, that you don't really need. Now, of course, that's the same with any type of trading, right? That's why they have prop firms and stuff like that. So you don't have to use your real money, so to speak. Or you just borrow the money to see if you can pass a challenge or whatever and not have to risk that much in the process. But yeah, so we didn't really see that much of a difference. So is it really worth it? Probably not. I'll probably just put it back to $1,000. That way I don't have to come in here and keep updating all of the trade amounts on the 4 charts. So yeah, where are we? So we won the last one as well. So we're still in the game. Back on chart number 1 with $1. How's it looking? Okay, let's go ahead and switch it up a little bit. So Euro TRY, I haven't seen that one. I know Pocket Option did add some new, they did add some new currencies or some new pairs, sorry, to the assets menu there. So, that was not doing anything at that 25-second mark. You can see that we do have that pancake candle indecisive. So, yeah, not going to be an entry for us. All right, one more second. Here's the next candle. Let's see what we got here. 28. It's kind of being covered up there a little bit. 25. I can't enter, guys. I just can't do it. Euro USD. Let's switch it up a little bit. So we got 10 more seconds to go. Yeah, but staying uncomfortable has really helped me in all aspects. Oh, this is, I don't feel this trade at all, but I went ahead and entered anyway. Yeah, staying uncomfortable, I'm telling you, it works wonders. Because it might just be comfortable for a little while, but then after you're done with it, you feel better. And that's with anything. Eating right, maybe taking a cold shower, doing a workout. Yeah, it can be painful, but the pain of regret is much more than the pain of discipline, right? So that's a big one. Because you might look back after a year and go, wow, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that. Because something might momentarily hurt or be painful to have discipline with. But then you forget about it. You forget about that task. You know, if you want to discipline yourself to eating better, to stop eating junk food, or cutting back on the coffee to reduce stress and stuff like that, that can be a little bit painful, right? A little bit. But looking back over several months of not doing that, and maybe end up, you know, having your health even go even further into a decline, maybe gaining some weight, having less flexibility in your body. So you find that your muscles are just not as flexible as they were before. Having to undo all that is a lot of work. So that's even more work. If you were to just do a little bit for yourself every day, instead of just skipping day after day, it's just a lot easier to keep the momentum going. And we've got 2 losses on the first 2 charts. We're moving down to chart number 3. CAD Chef, or it's not really CAD Chef, CAD Frank, which is CAD CHF. But I've noticed by reducing the caffeine like big time, I've been a lot more calm. And I didn't want to do it at first. I was like, well, I don't know if I can perform the same way on my videos because I'll be more calm. But then, of course, I realized it took me years to realize that sometimes, you know, when viewers are watching your videos, they're also calm as well. So you can kind of sync with the viewer a little bit. So really that doesn't mean anything. You don't have to be spastic and hyper on your videos. I used to be like that. And for some of you that know me before, or from my videos before, I used to be kind of like a little bit more excited on the videos. So we've had 3 losses here. The account is down $9,900, or not $9,000, $997.33. Now, before we started this video, the goal here is to stay in profit and not lose money. That's the whole goal of this. And so we've got another trade on chart number 4, and I'm going to go ahead and enter that. I'm late. I am definitely late on that by a few seconds, but that's okay. So we have a win on chart number 4, and what do? We just go back to chart number 1, right? Not that exciting, guys. Now, if you find that this style of trading, the growth, and you find that you're looking at the balance, or you're looking at my balance, and it's just, it's not that exciting, right? Well, you're going to have to take that balance and enter it into Pocket Option and start compounding your account and do that. Also, many times, if I have 3 losses and I lose the 4th chart, I immediately go back to chart number 1 using the matrix style of trading. But with our traditional use, when using the trade manager, usually when we have 3 losses, we have a 4th win, we still stay on the same trading session and we enter a new trade amount. But that's not what we're doing here. So that's why the balance is moving much slower. Now, if you've watched my other videos, you know what I'm talking about, because we enter the result of the trade after each trade. If it's a win or a loss, we get the next trade amount. If it's under $1, we reset the session. If it's not under $1, we continue the session until we have at least reached the total win trades that we've entered in over here. Okay. So we've won that. How are we looking over here? So yeah, it looks pretty much the same. So back over here on chart number 1. So if I did want to speed up the pace, I could do that, but I'd have to change a little bit and probably get out of the matrix, right? Which is kind of funny. We would have to remove ourselves from the matrix, go back to one chart, and trade in a different style if that account growth is not moving fast enough for you. So you know what I mean. But if I'm not in a hurry, I'm comfortable. I can trade this way. So maybe on the next video, I'll just not use the matrix and we'll just use the fast 5 again. So waiting 2 more seconds. 30 seconds here, guys. 28, 27. I don't know. I feel like buying. Yeah. Screw it. I'm late on that. I felt like buying there for some reason, but let's just go ahead and just follow the candle. Oh, that was a loss. We almost got a win out of that by just like a split second. It reversed on us, but that's fine. Let's go back over to Odd Chef here. Odd Chef is the Odd Chef with the weird looking hat. And we've got a new candle here, right down here at the bottom, 27, 26, 25. Yeah, it's very indecisive. So we'll go ahead and wait for our next one. And that's pretty much it. So this is all you do. And you just have to have the patience. And for some of you wondering, well, a lot of you ask me, well, what happens if you lose 4 in a row? And I'll explain that in just a moment. Let me go ahead and get this trade in. Oh, that was weird. Interesting. If you lose all 4 on all 4 charts, then what you're going to do is come back over to the trading manager and start entering the trade slot number 5, the 1260. You're going to enter that into chart number 1. Chart number 2 will be 2301. Chart number 2 will be 2301. Chart number 3 will be 4116, and so on. So let's get a trade in here, guys. We've got 4 more seconds to go. Maintain calmness at all times. All right, I don't know. Just have a feeling. See if it holds there. Cool. All right, so we've won that one. Back on chart number 1. Not too exciting, right? It's kind of boring. It's not like going to the casino, which is interesting. A lot of you guys don't like pocket option. You don't like traders on YouTube. Some of you may not even like me. You're waiting for me to do something or say something or whatever, or you're looking, right? And I get it. I understand. When it comes to a casino, nobody says anything to the casino, right? But going into the casino, the odds are in their favor, obviously. When you sit down and play those video games and stuff, those video poker, some of them are really fun, actually. I mean, I know I'm just going to blow $100, but I'll just go down there and just do it, right? Trading's kind of the same way. There are all different aspects and a lot of psychology, and different personalities approach trading. It's a fun thing. It's an entertainment type thing. It's an addiction. It's a hobby. A lot of you guys still have jobs. A lot of you guys just, you just want to make some money, a little few extra bucks, take care of some extra bills. And, you can do whatever you want. I'll go ahead and keep it here. So, okay. Still haven't, did we win the first trade on the... I know we didn't win that one, but okay. So we're going over to chart number 2. I've done this so many times. I tell you what, a few months ago, I probably would have made some mistakes by now, but I've done the strategy for so long. Especially when making videos and having like, when I used to drink a lot of caffeine and make videos, I used to be way more stressed out. Like I would kind of like sweat a little bit. And because I've got to, talk to you guys, not that I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying I'm trying to keep the narration going, keep the voice going, and then trade, and then also make sure I'm trading correctly, and also make sure that I'm saying everything correctly as well. So yeah. So we lost that. So that's 2 in a row right there. Pretty obvious. And then back over here, let's go to chart number 3 now, because we lost the trade on chart number 2. And that's just kind of shooting up there. So a lot of folks, a lot of traders trade for all types of different reasons. It's just, it could be an addiction. It's a hobby. It's for entertainment. So many different things. And everybody just fits into a different place. Some traders just get excited for the possibilities, of the possibility on what can happen and what you can do. But it's hard. It's hard. And I would say that most people lose money. And I always say that to you guys. And a lot of folks out there on YouTube will not say that for whatever reason. I mean, I think most of you already know that. Or some of you don't care. Like, I already know people lose money in trading. So, yeah, I mean, I know that. And I say it to you guys. I even have it posted on my website. Let's go over here, and we've won that, so we're back on chart number 1. And time-wise, we are 54 minutes, minus the intro to the video. So the whole topic here is to trade without losing. How to trade without losing. Maybe we'll make the topic of this video something like that. I like to make videos because I want people to watch my videos. I don't just make videos just for the sake of making videos. I want to record this for you guys, and hopefully you will watch it. So yes, I will have enticing titles on my videos. Oh, did we get it? No, we still didn't. We're trying to look for that win on the first chart. We just haven't got it yet, guys. I did the matrix strategy, I don't know, about a week ago, and I kept getting like multiple wins on chart number 1. And guys, that's what I'm saying. It's just like random. And it's not the strategy at all. It's just the market conditions have a lot to do with it. Okay, this is kind of this is a little bit risky, guys, but we'll just go ahead and try this out. Okay, so we won that, back on chart number 1. And I would say this is probably the most relaxing way to trade, but you're not going to see that super fast account growth as if you were to just trade with one chart, and where you keep entering the same, you keep entering your wins or losses for each trade individually, which I have so many videos on that. If you look at almost any video on my channel, I'm using the trade manager in that way. This is just a new idea, kind of an innovative way to trade with 4 charts using something that we call the matrix strategy. Now, the matrix strategy in itself alone there's more to it. It's not just trading with 4 charts. There's a lot more to it, where, you're taking, for every trade, you're taking a buy, and then if you lose it, you still take a buy. But if you have after the next trade, you take a sell. So it's like you buy 2, you sell for 2, you buy for 2, you sell for 2, you buy for 2, you sell for 2, and you just keep going. If it sounds confusing, sometimes it is, but I have you can go to my channel and search for matrix, and you will find a video on that. So, so we're just waiting here this is a new candle, and I've been talking a lot, so we'll go ahead and add on a couple more minutes, because I know I talk a lot on my videos. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's the next candle, guys. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. Even sometimes after that 25-second mark, if it gets down to like 23, 22 seconds, and then it finally moves, I may enter. Now, I guess you could say, yeah, that's kind of breaking the rules a little bit. But hey, you know, if you have been doing a strategy for so long, like I have, like with this Fast 5 strategy, and if that works for you guys, then just, you can do it, right? That's called that little intuition that, oh, wait. Oh, so we got to break even on the first chart. So break even doesn't really mean anything. It's just you didn't win and you didn't lose. Pocket option gives you back the money. So you can just continue to trade on the same chart with the same trade amount. But most importantly, the key is to just trade with the same amount. Don't change it. If it's a break even, and you know it's a break even because there's a little yellow dot that appears. And if you can also go over here, you should be able to see, I thought it did show a break even, but, or sometimes it'll show you like your trade amount right here, but then it will also show like 0 over here on the right. Okay. So that's something else. So you got your dollar back, or I got my dollar back, but profit and loss is nothing there, right? So yeah, but just look out for that little yellow dot, little yellow check mark. And that means that you've broken even. So now, some of you using Pocket Option for many years, or many years. It's been around for many years, but some of you already know that. But just for those, the newcomers, if you're just getting started. Okay, so we've got 28, 27, 26, and let's go ahead and enter that. And maybe we'll get it. Oh, another break even. Wow, so 2 break evens in a row. That like never happens. That's weird. So our balance is just staying the same. So it's 1,004.14. And you know what this is cool for? Is that doing it this way is that you get to practice without like having to use demo. Now, I recommend you guys use demo. Use demo. But if you want to stay and get that feel of using real money, but also being ultra conservative, I think this is a great way to do it. Because sometimes psychologically wise, you switched to a real account. So if you're using demo for a long time and then you switch to real, your mind knows that you're on a real account. So that can skew, and it could change things where you may trade differently, because on the demo account, you don't have it. There's not that many emotions attached to your trades. And, you know, if you lose the money, then who cares, right? It's a demo. Yeah, but with the real account, that's real. If you lose it, man, that's real. So, okay, so that's a real loss too. It looked like it was going to be a profit, but, you know, that's okay. So let's go over to chart number 2, and how are we doing here on time, guys? So we're at the 1 hour mark. That's okay. We'll go a little bit over that because I was mostly talking, and we also had an intro. So yeah. There we go. I was a little bit early on that one. Maybe we get a little bit of push up. No, we didn't get that push up, so we had a loss there. Okay, so back or over here on chart number 3, and probably going to choose a different chart. So BHD CNY OTC, about the same. So yeah, hard is okay. It's okay if things are hard, guys. You know, Some companies just do things because they're really hard to do, and that's how we break new bounds, right? It's really hard to go to the moon. It's really hard to make a new device or a new piece of electronic equipment or anything. It's really hard to be innovative. And I think Steve Jobs, he said, it's easy to be different, but it's hard to be better, right? So it's kind of like it's different, but it also needs to be better as well. Because you don't want to just be different. Different is not necessarily better, and it's not providing value. And that, which reminds me, I'm working on Trade Manager version 3 now for 3 months. It has been a lot of work, guys. It's one of the hardest things that I've ever done, and it has really, really been a struggle, but it's going well. It's going well. And I've had those doubts in myself at times when I had to question, is this going to be possible? And but I kept pushing through. And so that's the thing. Very little tiny steps and small progressions along the way. If there's something you don't know, you can go out there on the internet and get the information. Everything is available to you guys right on the internet, especially compared to how it was 25 years ago. So if you're wondering, yes, was I on the internet 25 years ago? Probably, maybe even longer than some of you have been alive. Yes, I was. I was here. Actually, at one point, I had a website back in 1998. And it was pretty popular. It was a graphics website because my background is graphics. Let me just tell you, the web was big, but for a while you could type in Mark on Yahoo, and was it Yahoo or like that Internet Explorer? I think it was Internet Explorer at the time. And my name was like number 2, like right underneath Mark Twain. That was really cool. Those were like the good old days, right? Not anymore. Well, we still have good days, but I'm waiting for, guys, I'm trying to get this trade on chart number 4. It's killing me. There we go. All right. We got it in, so maybe we'll have a loss here on the first or on the next. What? We won that? So, okay. All right, well, so the most we've had in 1 hour, and it's been a 1 hour and 5 minutes. Okay. So the most losses we've had in 1 hour is 3. That's it. 3 losses in a row. And now I contribute that to the Fast 5 strategy. We have some users doing like, high 3 figures, even some members doing 4 figures a day, just using the Fast 5 strategy. And some other members don't believe it, but they've showed their results, they've taken pictures. And speaking of results, if you guys want all the tools that I have, all of the cutting edge spreadsheets, because I believe this is truly your edge when trading, all of this is available for a very, I would say, affordable one-time fee. This is not a monthly subscription or anything like that. And yes, the biggest question, is it lifetime? Yes. We're not going to cut off your membership at the end of the month. We're not going to do anything like that. It's a one-time fee. And there's also strategy videos that we have that are not available on YouTube. However, all of the strategies that we talk about on and offline, all of those strategies I go into great detail on those strategies, much more detail than I do on my YouTube channel. We have over 1,200 members right now, and the feedback is just incredible. We have members in the high four figures. We have members, in the six figures, all walks of life, and coming from all areas of trading, forex, stocks, futures, and some of them have just found that this is just where they like to trade. Many of them were never profitable until now. So you can see this for the screenshots themselves. I know some of these people. You've got a lot of members have started with a certain amount, and they have tracked their compounding. We talked a lot about compounding. We talked a little bit about it on this video. But you set a goal and you just compound your account over time. And so there are some members that have just quadrupled their accounts over the course of 30 days and longer. But yeah, you can see the before and afters on what things look like just using the trade manager. And that's how they're doing it. They're using the trade manager as their edge. And if you're asking, do people actually withdraw funds? Yes, they withdraw funds. We have screenshots here. I've got to update. I've got a whole bunch of new screenshots and reviews that I'm going to post. I just haven't got around to posting those just yet. But we do have a positive environment and supportive community there for you guys if you want to check that out. But that's the matrix combined with the Fast 5 strategy. Try it out, guys. I wish you all the best of success, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.